Day 1266, take two. The first take was ended just a second ago due to my own idiocy. I was getting ahead of myself and I accidentally pressed the button on the side. Lock the phone. That was a rubbish way to cancel out my first attempt. But add it to the list of things that I have now done, or things that have happened to me, in order to facilitate attempt number one not going through. I dragged it out for too long. Anywho, yeah, what am I saying? It's hot, man. It's hot. Eyes itching. Hot. Really hot. Hence my naked, semi-naked, got these on, semi-naked body. Yeah. Baking, man. Flipping out. Again, sweating like a little piggy today. Don't know what I'm bloody gonna do tomorrow, man. Just probably gonna die. Probably shouldn't complain, but it's a sweltering heat. I mean, the one thing I will say, it was definitely nice going from various modes of transport, which seem to have their aircon on point for the most part. Just went out nice. Even the Uber that I got, and I really need to stop taking Ubers. I need to cut down. I'm basically getting like an Uber every day to the station because I'm just always perpetually running late. And the parts, another reason why I didn't want to take Ubers, obviously, one, because it's just racking up money. Even if it's not a great day, it's like ranges anywhere from like, on a really low day, £6 something, on a high day, like maybe £12 or £13, but average about maybe £7 to £8 within that kind of range, to get to the station. And then, of course, because of how much and how the distance I have to travel, I'm basically maxing out my cap on my Oyster card. It's like, yeah, £12 something a day. And then you add the flipping £7 or £8 on top of that, and it adds up. If I'm doing that every day over the course of a month, man, like, that's money. So I need to stop. But yeah, so that's one reason. But the next reason is 2 days throughout this week, I had some rather negative experiences with a couple of Uber drivers, literally one day after the other as well, you know. I think the first one who I dealt with, I gave him like 2 stars. The next one I dealt with, the following day, I gave him 1 star. For that, he because I always do this thing, because obviously I don't know if the Uber drivers are familiar with the area. I don't know if they're local, so I've done this thing, because usually I'm running late, so I'm sure many people are when they get in Ubers. I will drop a message saying, hi, just letting you know I'm trying to catch a train. Now, obviously, before I first started doing that, I thought, oh, I don't want to sound a bit pushy, but like, nah, let them know, because I've been in Ubers so many times where they've just been coasting at their own absolute pace. And to be clear, I'm not asking them to break no speed limit, but, you know, move with some sort of urgency, right? Because I know plenty of them, you know, it's one thing to be driving the speed limit or driving over the speed limit, which I'm not asking, but it's another thing to be driving way under the speed limit and just cruising like you have nowhere to be. You may not, I do. So I've kind of started to fall into this thing of, actually, no, like, speak up for yourself, like, let things be known, don't just suffer in silence, where I quite often, you know, if I'm in a rush and I haven't told them, I'll just sit there silently and they're just going slow. Meanwhile, I might end up missing my train. And of course, yes, there's the argument to be made, well, you should get up earlier. Obviously, yes. But in the situation that we're in, if I am running late, and I'm ordering an Uber, which is a very valid reason to order one, because you have somewhere to be, then yeah, I should definitely be allowed. And I don't think I'm ever rude about it, unless, of course, I'm being made to be rude. But anyways, I say all of that to say this. So the 2 negative experiences I had this week was of essentially me, I'm trying to think what the first, because the second one just really overshadowed the first, and it wasn't anything overly dramatic, but the one thing that happened, which is, I don't think has ever happened with me before, is I basically told him a route to take, and 99% of the drivers are fine with you telling them an alternate route. even if they live in the area or they know where they're going, right? This guy, I was like, oh yeah, because the Uber was telling him to take one route. I already know it would be slow that way. I already know. Not so because of the distance, but because there's a set of lights. If you go down the route that it was going to take you, it would take you onto a main road, which possibly might be quicker distance-wise, but there's a set of lights that take forever to change. And if you get caught up in them, it's game over if you're in a rush. I know this because it's happened to me so many times. And I've started now, flipping out, this might be a long one. But yeah, anywho, really long winding way. Hurry up. So I said, yeah, no, don't take this turn and keep on going straight. And he was like, oh yeah, I just live here though. I live in the area. Basically saying, well, I live here, so I know what's best. I know where I'm going. And I was like, no, just please, if you could, yeah, please just go straight. Like that route it's gonna take me longer to get there. So then he kind of looked at me, kind of snorted, and was like, okay, all right. So then he carried on going, and then as we were getting closer, took another turn, and then there was the option to go down straight down this kind of longish road, or turn left. Now, I told him keep on going straight down, and he was like, no, I'm the Uber driver, I know where I'm going. I was like, yeah, no, keep going straight. Said, no, I know what I'm doing. And the dude just completely ignored my request now. No, I've never actually had that before, and that actually kind of really wound me up a little bit. So I mean, bruv, what am I flipping paying for, bruv? Like, if I've asked something and I haven't been rude, which I haven't, and it's to get me to a destination, I'm the one paying, but yeah, because you feel you know best, you're gonna do it your way. Nah, bruv. I was almost flipping contacted their support to complain about this, man. I was about to go full Karen, you know. But no, I just gave him a 1 star, and obviously left the reasons as to why I gave him the 1 star, which probably ain't going to be followed up. I do partially hope he gets in some sort of trouble for that. And of course I could follow it up and complain, but that might be a bit overkill, because I was able to catch my train in time. If I didn't, oh my, I definitely would have been following through on that. Oh my Lord, best believe. But yeah, fun times, man. Fun flipping times. The first one was, I think, kind of similar. Wasn't as bad, but it was still, yeah, not great. And it was the fact that I had it one day after the other, which was just an indication that, yeah, amongst the money that I'm spending, I should probably rein it back in on the Ubers. So I need to just be trying to get up early enough, but then that means I need to be getting to sleep early enough as well, because sleep needs to be a priority. I'm not getting younger, and you know, sleep isn't the holy grail, but it's super important, man. It is. You know, if your sleep's out of whack, you know, you're bloody it's going to impact your immune system, it's going to impact your flipping cognitive processing, you know, can contribute to even flipping ailments down the line, you know, and not just physical ones but mental ones, and I don't want to be ending up there. Oh Lord, no. So yeah, I have to be trying prioritizing my sleep, but it's that balancing act, in it. It's versus, okay, I get enough sleep, but then I wake up late, and then I'm running late for work, and then I have to catch an Uber, and I'm wasting money. But anywho, work today was quite busy, hot, sweating like mad. But all in all, it was an alright day. Friday, tomorrow, yeah, man, it should be good. Looking forward to being off. Might go out and bake. We shall see. It's supposed to be even hotter over the weekend. So boy. But anyways, I need to upload this because this video is nearly 10 minutes, man. It's been a long time since I've hit nearly 10 minutes on a video. Good grief. If I ever have. Maybe I have. Yeah. I'm going to upload this. It's day 1266. I'll catch you tomorrow, probably for a very sweaty 1267.